Chapter 3, Section 3.3, we're going to be discussing decimal fractions. It is usually easier to work with decimal than with fractions, so it's useful to know how to convert a fraction to a decimal. To convert a fraction to a decimal, just divide the top by the bottom, which is the numerator divided by the denominator. If there's no remainder, it's called a terminating fraction. Remember, a 0 is usually placed in front of the decimal if the result is less than 1. So for 0.625, we're going to place a 0 in front of the decimal. When dividing a number by a power of 10, all you need to do is move the decimal place of the numerator, the number of zeros in the denominator. So for example, if you're dividing 11 by 1,000, start on the right, move the decimal 3 places for the 3 zeros in the 1,000, and place the 0. So 11 divided by 1,000 would be 0.011. Repeating decimals. Decimal fractions that do not terminate always repeat in some specific sequence of digits. This is called a repeating decimal. For example, if you divide 1 by 3 on your calculator, you're going to get 0.333333, where the dots indicate, and so on, indefinitely. In the example of 3 divided by 11, the repeating sequence is 0.27. 0.27 will repeat indefinitely. There's a shorthand notation for a repeating decimal, and that's a bar over the digits that repeat. So for 0.272727, it would be written as 0.27 with a bar over the 27, indicating that that is the repeating sequence. Sometimes you need to convert a repeating decimal to a fraction. So here's how you need to do that. First, use the digits that repeat as the numerator of the fraction. So for instance, if it was 0.27, you would use 27. Second, use the same number of 9s in the denominator that there are digits in the repeating part of the numerator. So if we want to write 0.3 with 3 as the repeating number as a fraction, we put a 3 in the numerator and 1 9 in the denominator because there's only one number in the repeating part of the decimal. For 0.27, 27 is the repeating part. There's 2 digits in the 27, so your fraction would be 27 in the numerator with 9 9, 2 9s in the denominator. Then you divide it. This only works when all the digits repeat. When you have calculations with both fractions and decimals, it's just easier to convert everything to decimals. You can use your calculator to convert fractions to decimals and decimals to fractions. If you want to go fraction to decimal, input the fraction using the method we discussed in Chapter 2, hit the Math key, and choose option 2, DEC. Hit enter twice, and then you'll get the decimal for the fraction that you input. If you want to do decimal to fraction, input the decimal, hit the Math key, choose option 1, FRAC, and enter twice, and that will give you the fraction for the decimal you entered. The calculator doesn't use a bar to indicate repeating fractions, but it will give you several iterations of the repeating sequence. For example, for 1 over 3, the calculator will show 0.3333333333, and then it'll stop.